Good evening, everybody. How are we doing? We are now live. Nina's here straight away. Alex is here. Alex, good to see you. I'm just straightening up this camera a little bit. Kim, Lucy, I just saw. Good evening, folks. How are we doing? It's Wednesday night. We're back. We had a night off last night. We're now doing. I'm still chopping the top of my head off. We're now doing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday scopes. After how is this working? After 30 days of Chris Stone Films is here. Good evening. After 30 days of consecutive scoping, which was amazing. Kim is here, Lucy's here. Yeah, good evening, everybody. Thanks for showing up again. How was last night with no scope after 30 nights? Let me know whether you missed it or not. I was at a bit of a loose end, going, what am I doing here? Alex, how are we doing? Good to see you. So yeah, let me know what that was like. For those watching the replay of this as well, good evening to you, or afternoon to you, or morning to you, whenever you are watching this. If you want to find out where you can find more of these Periscope replays, you can go to actonthis.tv, click Periscope in the menu, and you can watch them all. We've done about 30, well, it'll be 31 so far, all about motivation, mind hacks, kind of productivity, positivity, getting stuff done, changing your mindset, reframing from negative stuff to positive stuff, and getting further in your life faster, basically. Thank you for sharing, Lucy. Anyone who would want to share this is great. We can get more people on tonight. I'm going to go through some stuff. It's going to blow your mind about something that I thought a few months ago was completely woo-woo, out there, just for hippies. It's something that I didn't think could affect my life whatsoever. I thought, nah, even for me, that's a bit out there. But we're going to go over something tonight, all about meditation and how that's going to help you stay focused. Rigsby Music, good evening to you. You are new. If you're new, by the way, type new. Chris says it's completely woo-woo, but Chris, I'm gonna change you, pal. If you're new, type new, by the way, and tell me where you're viewing from. It's really interesting to see where people are viewing from. What did I do with my night off last night, Kim? I kind of sat here going, I should be scoping. Don't seem to understand. Like, I was completely lost. I got quite a bit of work done because I'm doing an upcoming broadcast as well, guys. For those who are following me, who's an actor or in the acting industry, because I know, because I'm an actor myself. For those who don't know me, I'm a voiceover artist as well, and I run a few websites. I run a website called actonthis.tv, which is the main one that I run, and I do podcasting and live broadcasting with famous actors and directors and producers and casting directors and all that sort of stuff. Newish, Stoke-on-Trent, Sam. Newish, Sam. I've seen you knocking around, but thanks so much for showing up. And I'm going to be interviewing Lee Boardman, the actor Lee Boardman. I don't know if you what were you known from? You're known from years ago, playing Jez Quigley in Coronation Street, but since then he's gone on to do massive stuff. He went to work in America for a bit, doing Fox Network's Rome series. He's just on The Interceptor. He's just done a series, a brand new series called The Five, which is a Harlan Coben novel that I had the pleasure of doing some ADR on a couple of weeks ago. That's awesome. And he's just literally finished on a brand new ITV fantasy, epic fantasy drama called Beowulf, which is out early next year, I think. And I'm going to be interviewing him next Thursday night, live on Google Hangouts. So it's similar to Periscope, but you'll be able to see the video feed of me interviewing him. You'll be able to tweet us your questions live, all about acting, and we're going to be talking to him about everything that he's faced in his career over the last 20 years. And the guy has faced some serious adversity. I went to have a brew with him on Monday morning, and the guy's faced some incredible stuff in his life, but he's got an incredible mindset now as well. He's not always been like that. He's trained himself to do it. So we're going to be talking about mindset and how he's used that in his acting career as well, which I'm sure everybody who's an actor or in the acting industry on the scope tonight is going to find that useful as well. Chris is making friends with other people in Stoke, just down the road. It's nice. Chris is the director, for those who don't know Chris. Awesome director. Check out yearofspies.com. Just been over to the Marseille Film Festival with Alex, who I know is also on the scope as well. So guys, tonight, we're talking about something. I'm going to give you some science. I've got, Patricia, good evening. I've got more slides tonight than I've ever had before in my life. What I'm going to do, actually, because I'm going to spend a lot of time over here on the desk, I'm going to turn that desk light off, otherwise it ends up burning my face when I'm over here. That's something you guys don't see. I'm here holding a sheet of paper, and I'm actually just burning my face off on the lamp that's here. So I've got a lot of slides tonight, and we're going to go over some stuff, really. How meditation, just 10 minutes a day, can absolutely relieve you of so much stress, can really enhance your focus, can just enhance your overall kind of mental well-being. You're going to feel more relaxed, you're going to feel more focused, you're going to get more stuff done. When I hear about meditation, give me some hearts if you when you hear the word meditation, you just think of someone doing some yoga, sat there going like this, because that's exactly what I used to think. I thought, this is not for me at all. I don't get that. Are series available in the USA? All Chris's stuff is available in the USA, Lucy. But yeah, if you think that's what meditation is, let me know, because I did as well. That's exactly what I thought it was. And I was introduced to an app that I'm going to tell you about at the end of this scope as well, which makes it all so very, very simple. I'm following a mindfulness course, meditation is changing my life. Awesome, Patricia. It's brilliant, isn't it? Well, this is something that I introduced into my life about July. And then I kind of stopped for a bit, and it's only been recently when I've been doing all these scopes and I've been feeling a little bit more pressure in terms of fitting everything in, that I thought, oh, wait a minute. You know, on the Periscope the other night, we talked about spending some time away, actually from everything, where we just you know, we never really schedule any time in to just kind of do nothing. You know, we might sort of spend time thinking about, you know, what we're going to do for the day, take time out while we're cleaning our teeth or something, so we have like 5 minutes here or there, but we never actually schedule time in where we literally are just with our thoughts. This is going to enable you to do that, and it's going to really enhance everything in your life. So I'm going to show you tonight, check the slides out, how to stress less with a daily dose of meditation. And I'm only talking initially about 10 minutes as well. I use a free mindful meditation app, not as often as I should though, says Girly Whirly. It might be the same one that I'm going to talk about tonight, Girly Whirly, and I would recommend everybody gets this when I talk about it at the end. So I want to just talk about a little bit about what stress is, and feeling stressed, and why we feel stressed. If you feel stressed right now, type yes, because I guess it's something that 99% of the population generally feels stressed about all the time. They all feel stressed, you know, because of the scopes. I feel uplift each time I'm here. Amazing. Well, that's brilliant to know. But yeah, if you've been feeling stressed this week, if you've been feeling stressed today, if you've been feeling stressed for the last 6 months, you know, if stress is a familiar emotion for you, type yes. So Girly Whirly's admitting it. Good for you. Let's acknowledge Girly Whirly. Well done. I will be first to admit it, that I generally, if I'm not on top of things, I can easily feel stressed about stuff until I, you know, consciously refocus. Just saw Gabe joining. Good evening to you, Gabe. If you're new, type new and tell us where you're from. Interesting to see where people are tuning in from. So Girly Whirly is the only one who gets stressed out of all of us. But super stressed. Oh no, Kim says super stressed tonight and on a bit of a negative mindset tonight. Right, Kim, well, we're going to switch all that round. And Lucy feels wonderful today. Amazingly, so that's brilliant. Well, let's hope we can continue that. So, Mark Williams, Danny Penman's book Mindfulness: A Practical Guide. I'll check it out, Patricia. I'll put it on the Bulletproof book club list, which I'm going to tell you what our book club is for Friday and for the next couple of weeks at the end of this scope as well. Had a meltdown this morning, in fact. We all are capable of that, it's no problem. Yeah, I do, but not today. Great, Laura. Awesome. And thanks for your email, Laura, about Laura's been passing on some of the information that we've been doing on these scopes to other people in her life, and it's been kind of changing other people's lives, which is amazing to hear. So cheers for letting me know about that. I tend to burn myself out then crash, says Sam. Right, well, this is going to help you definitely with that, Sam. So, feeling stressed. Let me read some of this to you. Do you often feel under pressure from problems with work, a relationship, or your personal finances? When mental and emotional pressures build up, doctors call this feeling stressed. It wasn't until a few years ago that I started hearing people literally you hear a lot of people off work with stress now, don't you? It seems almost like quite a new phenomenon, but I think because we've given it this label now and we kind of understand it a bit more, that it's almost more commonplace. I was speaking to a guy the other day when I was going to the gym, and he's like, "Oh, I'm off work at the moment." I'm like, "Oh, what's up?" Thinking, you know, I've got bad back, or I've hurt myself at work, because he does a manual job, and it's with stress and depression, and loads of people that I'm meeting, like, it just seems that almost the whole population is suffering from this. It's like a crazy epidemic at the minute. So stress can be harmful, like really harmful, guys, right? It distracts you from getting on with enjoying your life, gets in the way of your attempts to sort out the problems causing it, and if you let it get the better of you, it can even make you physically ill. So dealing with your stress is important. Are you finding coping with stress difficult? A lot of people do, because they don't know how to deal with it. If so, let me explain exactly what it is and how becoming mindful through meditation can help you manage stress. So that's exactly what I'm going to do now. First of all, everybody, this is something you all need to know. You are not alone. It's like a Michael Jackson song. You're not alone. Literally, I think everybody on this scope has either felt it at some point today or this week. I'm sure it's something that we all feel. It's just learning to actually deal with it. which will stop it from actually taking hold of you. In a 2012 survey, 20% of the UK said they were experiencing extreme levels of stress, and while 64% said that it's extremely important or very important to manage stress, only 37% felt they were actually doing an excellent or very good job at managing stress. Some little numbers on these slides. I've taken all this information from actually scientific studies and stuff like that. If you download the PDF document of this from the replay, you'll be able to read links to where you can actually go and read about these studies as well. And I've taken some lovely pictures from a company called Headspace, which I'm going to talk about to you later on. So yeah, let me know how you would you class yourself as being able to deal with stress well? Give me a, if you think you can deal with stress and you're either good or great at dealing with stress, let me know. If you think you're bad or it gets on top of you, let me know as well. My high blood pressure went normal after 2 weeks of meditation. That's amazing, Patricia. Absolutely. I like Headspace. Right, well, we're going to be talking about Headspace later, Alex, because Headspace, I think, is the #1 way to get yourself into this without it seeming all out there and a little bit weird. So Nina, you think you're pretty good at dealing with stress. Let us know some ways that you deal with stress then, Nina. Because like I say, according to that, only 37% of people actually thought they were doing a good job. So the 63% of the population think that they get overwhelmed by stress and they don't deal with it very well. I like stress. If I'm not stressed, I'm bored. Well, some people do thrive off it to a certain degree, and I'm going to talk about it in a minute. Some level of stress is healthy, but it gets to a point where it actually becomes really unhealthy as well. So it's getting that kind of balance right. So why do we get stressed? Let's have a look at this next. So why do we get stressed? Stress is primarily designed to help us get out of physical danger. So it's actually a good thing. Initially, if we were just, back as cavemen and stuff. When we feel threatened, a part of our brain called the amygdala sets off an alarm bell which triggers the fight or flight response of our nervous system. It makes us ready to respond, basically. Our blood is flooded with adrenaline and cortisol, increasing our heart rate and blood pressure, as well as our respiration. This allows us to transport oxygen to our muscles quickly so we can act fast. So that's what stress does. It's designed to get us out of danger and get us away from there quickly. While this heightened state once helped us with the physical threat of, say, a saber-toothed tiger, it does little to help us with today's worries, such as when we've forgotten to hit save on a Word document, which I did yesterday. I forgot to hit save and I'd spent about an hour writing something up. I literally was having a meltdown. But the response is the same, okay? So although we're not running away from saber-toothed tigers today, we have different things in our lives. The actual response is the same, and those stress hormones, adrenaline and cortisol particularly, can be pretty bad for us. This cortisol will stop us sleeping, and it also makes us hold on to fat as well. So if you're trying to get in shape and you're dieting and stuff like that, being stressed about it is going to just make you plateau, because you're not really going to drop any weight, or you're not going to. It's just going to inhibit your progress as well. So we get stressed originally back in the day for really good reasons, in terms of we need to run away from danger. Today, thank God, we don't have to run away from predators that often, unless you take yourself off trekking in some safari or something. So that's what it kind of does, and that's why we get stressed. So is your work stressing you? Is your work getting to you? Work-related stress caused workers in Great Britain to lose more than 10.4 million working days in 2011-2012. I couldn't find any newer stats than that, but I'm sure there probably are. That's probably gone up now. So there's a government report, and again, the government report is going to be in the references on the PDF of this. But 10.4 million working days. Give me a yes if you've ever taken a day off work because you've just gone, you know what, I feel a bit too stressed and I'll phone in sick. I'll just, I won't tell them it's because of stress, but it's just because actually, I'll say, oh, I've been ill or something like that, but really you just want to lie in bed because you've just got too much on. If I worked for an employer, it's probably been a couple of days over the last year where I'd have done that, but I just work for myself, so I can't. So Girly Whirly's done that many times. I know a lot of people have, definitely. They just go, you know what, it just feels like it's a little bit too much now, and I'm going to have a day off. Like I say, 10.4 million working days in Britain. Imagine how much that amounts to in cash in terms of wages that companies are paying out because people aren't there. Massive. So why is stress so damaging? This is kind of the scary stuff. Stress stops the normal functioning of your body. Okay, this is like the be all end all. This is why it's not good for you, Chris, if you're addicted to it and you use it all the time. A little bit of stress is good, a lot of stress is bad. The body assumes there's a physical threat at hand, so it challenges energy into getting out of immediate danger. To do this, it shuts down non-essential systems which are taking up energy. Our digestive processes, our immune system, growth and reproductive processes are inhibited. So obviously no time to eat or have sex while you're being chased by a tiger, so that's not good. A bit of stress in short doses is useful in improving our memory. So this is what you're probably getting it from it, Chris, and enhancing our performance. However, too much, too regularly, is extremely damaging to our mental and physical well-being. It can lead to stomach ulcers, heart problems, illnesses, lowered libido, the list goes on. So it is good to have a little bit. It's going to keep your mind sharp, it's going to keep you on top of your game, but those days where it stops you getting out of bed and ringing in work ill, that's obviously really bad. Mindfulness teaches you that you can't breathe for tomorrow or yesterday, be in the moment. Yeah, exactly. This is exactly what I'm going to talk about in a minute as well. Filming is controlled stress. Yeah, I've been on a set with Chris. There's only one moment where we all got a little bit stressed towards the end of the shoot, but actually Chris is very good at planning stuff out, storyboards everything, knows what shots he wants. It's normally a pleasure. Nina said to what sex? God knows, Nina, honestly. But yeah, if you're stressed, it's going to put you off it for sure. So, before I go on to the next thing, who feels unable to switch off sometimes? It's slightly ironic that we're doing this at 10 o'clock at night and we're online talking, but you know, I guess that's not switching off at night, is it? But who feels they can't switch off? How long does it take you to get to sleep? When you actually go to bed, do you drop off like a light straight away, or do you spend half an hour with thoughts whizzing around your mind, unable to kind of focus on actually getting to sleep? Sometimes when I've had a coffee at night, I definitely find that. Give us some hearts if you relate to that, or some yeses. Let us know how long do you reckon in minutes on average it takes you to sleep? That's interesting. Let me before I go on, let me know what you reckon. I reckon for me, it's probably at least 20 minutes, 25 minutes till I'll actually fall asleep. Kim says, what? Sleep. Sleep is something. I'll do a scope on sleep actually. 2 hours for you, Chris. Wow. Because a lot of people will get into bed and they'll get their... Who does this? Who gets into bed and spends a lot of time in this position? Doing this on their phone. And who hates it when they know they've dropped their phone on their face, and that fraction of a second where you know it's going to hit you in the face and you can do nothing about it? Give me some hearts if you've done that. If you ever do that with an iPad, that's very, very painful. I stopped doing that a long time ago, but yeah, that was something I had to cut out completely, going, you know what, when I get into bed, I'm not looking at my phone at all. I will finish my duty in here. I've got a little office here in my house. I'm going to finish everything in here, and my phone goes in charge on the other side of my bedroom. So it's not like, a lot of people sleep with it next to their head, under the pillow, or something like that. I'm like, I'm not dealing with this, because sometimes I'd wake up in the middle of the night and go, oh, I'll just have a check if I've had a reply to that email I sent 3 hours ago. Why would I have a reply at 4 o'clock in the morning? It's ridiculous. I've listened to a podcast. Well, that's sometimes quite good, Chris, and I want people, actually, one thing I'm going to talk about is about this app for meditation. This is something that you can do before bed if you want, and it will help you drift off. Or you can do it first thing in the morning. You can do it any time actually, but it is something that you can do in bed if you like, or you can do it. You know, a lot of people do it sat up so they don't fall asleep. Sometimes you're prone to falling asleep if you do it. Nina falls asleep almost immediately. Have to read first. So okay, so you have a little process where you'll probably get into bed, read, and then, yeah, that helps definitely. Sometimes I do that. Other times I'll get into bed, and it's the times where I just get into bed that I feel I'm kind of unable to switch off because there's still a few things whirring around. So it says unable to switch off. A survey of 2,000 Brits found that 80% think life's moving too fast, and the number of things we have to do and worry about these days is a major cause of stress, unhappiness and illness. Laura can sleep anytime. Over 50% said they had difficulty relaxing or switching off, and that they couldn't stop thinking about things they've got to do. Remember we had that scope where we've got to stop thinking about things we've got to do, as in we have to do, and we oh, I missed that comment, I couldn't read it, send it again. We had that scope where we're going, it's not about the things that you have to do. We need to stop thinking about that in life. It's not, we actually choose to do these things. So we need to figure out what those essential things are, so we don't feel that we're having to do stuff, we're feeling actually we're doing the things that really matter, and we're choosing to do those. That's going to help you kind of deal with that impending, you know, feeling of doom, of stress, and all that kind of stuff. So how can mindfulness help all this stuff, and how can meditation help all this stuff? Well, let me tell you, because it can help a lot. I'm talking from first-hand experience here, guys. So, simply put, meditation for stress soothes our nervous system. While stress activates the fight or flight part of our nervous system, mindfulness meditation activates the rest and digest part of our nervous system, helping with stress management. Our heart rate slows, our respiration slows, and our blood pressure drops. So, Patricia, you said you found this within 2 weeks, didn't you? Your blood pressure dropped. This is often called the relaxation response. While chronic activation of the fight or flight response can be extremely damaging to the body, the relaxation response is restorative, so meditation benefits our well-being. Flight or fight response can be extremely damaging in the body. The relaxation response is restorative, so the meditation benefits our well-being. I've typed that out twice. Oh, I love it when I make mistakes on these. When my alarm goes off, I can't believe I've missed your comment again. It's something about when your alarm goes off. Oh. Type it again if you can be bothered. Patricia, thanks. Yes, so that's helped your blood pressure a lot. So that's how it can help. It literally, guys, changes your brain, meditation. And I'll tell you how it changes your brain. Hold the comments while I'm reading this, just in case I miss another one. I don't want to not look at the screen. So people who practice mindful meditation regularly report feeling less stressed and more emotionally balanced. According to neuroscientists, as you continue to meditate, your brain physically changes, even though you're not aware of it reshaping itself. It's literally physically changing. They're also beginning to understand why meditation is effective for managing stress. Using brain imaging techniques, they've observed changes in the threat system of the brain. The response kicks off in the amygdala, again, the part of the brain responsible for triggering fear. People who suffer from chronic anxiety have a more reactive amygdala as well, and this leaves them feeling threatened much more of the time. So it changes literally our brain when we are meditating, and when, you know, in this kind of restorative rest and digest state that we are in, and the more that you do this, the more you're going to find yourself in that rest and digest state. You're going to find it more often than you are in this flight or fight state. Morning, alarms don't work, phone on face again. That's the cut down version. Cheers, Sam, I get it. Arms don't work, phone on face again. Brilliant, I get it. So here we go. A study at Stanford, this is continuing from the last slide. So a study at Stanford performed, they found that an 8-week mindfulness course reduced the reactivity of the amygdala and increased activity in areas of the prefrontal cortex that help regulate emotions, subsequently reducing stress. Similarly, researchers from Harvard University discovered corresponding changes in the physical structure of the brain. With a similar meditation course, there was a lower density of neurons in the amygdala and greater density of neurons in the area involved in emotional control, evidence that meditation served as a realistic and maintainable stress management technique. So effectively, you kind of dull down all the responses in the amygdala and you pump up all the responses in the parts of the brain that help you with emotional consciousness and just emotional intelligence and just basically control over your emotions. So your emotions serve you and you don't serve your emotions. So finally, there's a study of stress at work. I thought, what's a stressful job? Acting, I can't really, I don't think it compares to some of the stressful jobs out there. So nursing is a famously stressful occupation, so it's a good one to test the effectiveness of mindfulness meditation in treating stress. A 2006 North American study of nurses and nurse aides concluded the results of this study support the feasibility and potential effectiveness of a brief mindfulness training program for reducing symptoms of burnout, so I mentioned burnout before, enhancing relaxation and improving life satisfaction for nurses and nurse aides. So I think nurses, they've done this with Marines as well in the army. They've got stressful jobs because people are trying to kill them every single day, and they give them meditation courses to kind of keep their focus, keep their stress down, keep on top of the amygdala, the thing that's making you go mental, and keep the rest of the other areas of your brain alive to help you with that emotional control and the responses to stress. There's a free online mindfulness summit now. Oh, is there? Wow, the mindfulnesssummit.com. I had no idea. Check it out. Check that out, guys. Definitely, I will look at that. Patricia, cheers for that. So I want to introduce you, all of this basically is so that I can introduce you to an app that I found in July called Headspace, which Alex said she's a fan of. Headspace, and I'm not no affiliation to this, and it's free, I don't make any money out of it, I'm not promoting it for any other reason. I think it's brilliant. Headspace, your gym membership for the mind, okay? Find some extra calm and clarity with their free Take 10 program, just 10 minutes a day. To do that, go to www.headspace.com, download the app and take the free Take 10 challenge. So Take 10, what it is it's a 10-day course of mindfulness meditation. I did a 10-day free app. Alex, did you do it every single day as well for the 10 days, or did you miss a few days and you just completed it eventually? Because what the 10 days stuff does for you is you just spend 10 minutes out a day, literally, in your chair, sat upright. You know, if you wanted to and you wanted to just lie down and chill out on the bed, you can do. Alice did it in the morning, you can do it in the evening, you can do it whenever you want, whenever you just find some time out. Just take 10 minutes out. And what it basically does is a guy called Andy Puddicombe, who is he used to be a Buddhist monk. He's a legend though, top guy, really kind of modern guy as well. Obviously he's designed this app. It's not, a lot of people think meditation, like I say, is that Zen kind of go and sit out in a sort of monk sanctuary, whatever they call, somewhere cross-legged doing this. It's not that at all. What the Take 10 thing teaches you is literally to take 10 minutes out of your day to try and activate this rest and digest part of your system. Really, it cleared my head for me to work on scripts, characters, etc. And what it entails is brilliant, because all it asks you to do is literally sit there with your eyes closed and just listen. And you will listen to Andy, who will take you through this 10 minutes every single day. Monastery, that's the word, not sanctuary. And he will take you through these 10-minute sessions. And all you have to do is observe your thoughts. And it sounds easy, but I challenge everybody here when they get off the scope to get that app and just try it. If you don't try it tonight, try the first session tomorrow. And actually just stopping and observing your thoughts is a really difficult task. There's some great videos that they show you during the Take 10 season where you're doing this 10 days. And imagine it as a road, for instance, and all your thoughts are going down the road as the cars. The idea is that you sit at the side of the road just observing those cars, going, okay, I'm feeling like this at the moment. Okay, right, so I'm not going to comment on that, I'm not going to try and work it out. I'm just going to try and get in touch with myself and understand how I'm feeling right now. And what happens is you can't help it initially when you're not used to doing this, but start running after those cars, like a dog chasing the cars. You know, come back after these thoughts. And it teaches you almost to just, there's you, your mind, and then there's a third person who is just observing it all. And it helps you to concentrate on your breath. It tells you to listen for the noises that are around you. You will hear things. Like, I'm here in quite a suburban area where I live. So I'll sit in my office here doing it, and I'll close my eyes, and I can hear noises that I've never heard before, because I've never ever taken any time out. I'll hear the wind in the trees, the birds, I'll hear stuff. Sounds and thoughts is great. It's changed my mindset. I'll hear things and be able to kind of notice stuff that I've never noticed before, because I've always been too busy. I've never been able to switch off. And you'll find as you go through this 10 days that you generally just start feeling a hell of a lot calmer in general. Like I say, the science behind it, you're affecting physically the amygdala, the part of your brain that's causing this flight or fight response and all this stress in your life, and you're dumbing it down, through this meditation. And by the end of the 10 days, I did a blog on it, on Acts on This, that tells you how I felt on each of the 10 days. Some days, one day I had a complete fail and I fell asleep. I literally fell asleep, woke up, finished. Andy had stopped speaking. I was like, oh well, it was so relaxing, I'd gone. But by the end of it, I was like, this is amazing. I generally felt so kind of fresh just after 10 minutes. I know some people who do meditation for 2 hours a day, and I said to them, I said, I'd feel guilty for doing 2 hours of that. I was going, because I'd be thinking I could do a blog post, I could be doing this, I could be writing that, I could be doing all this work. And someone said something that really kind of resonated with me and made it click. He said, yeah, but he goes, I'm spending the 2 hours doing this because it's making all the entire rest of my day and my life so much better. And he's like, what can I possibly spend my time doing that's actually more valuable than that? And I thought, you know what, you've got a point. Because a lot of us go, I haven't got time for that. It's like you feel you haven't got time for it because you're stressed. If you actually it works a little bit backwards, but if you actually took time out to meditate, you'd feel way less stressed, and like you didn't have all those things that you had to do. You would be able to switch off better. You'd feel more in control. So the more time you can dedicate to this, the better. But you start off just with headspace.com. do the 10 minutes a day, and I promise you, I'd love for you guys to do this and then report back to me how you feel. You know, night one, you're probably not going to feel that much different, but it's going to be a brand new experience for you. And you might go, oh, I don't get it, I don't feel like I've done it properly. There is no right way to do it. That's a beautiful thing, and Andy will keep telling you that throughout. There's no right way to do this. You can't get it wrong. You just got to go into it and observe and just see what happens. It's absolutely fantastic. Vishal, thumbs up. Get the app, Vishal. Honestly, it's awesome. Headspace.com. and do that. Then what you can do, and you don't have to do this at all, there is a premium version of Headspace. It's a $5 a month, I think, and I'm going to do it. You know, I'm going to stop talking about it. Actually, I'm probably going to subscribe to that tonight, because I don't do this enough. It's only been the last few days where I've been going, right, I need to get Bulletproof Actor done, and I need to just get back on top of things. I'm like, I need this back in my life, because in the summer it really helped me. And it's $5 a month, but then you get access to lots of different guided meditations on a particular, this is going to be my new positive habit, says Kim. You get to do the guided meditation on a particular area of your life, so you can go, actually, I want some stress management today. Tomorrow I want to do focus. I want to do relationships the day after that. And they've got some brilliant ones that are called SOS meditations, which is where you would be out and about. I don't know, hopefully you guys, you know, I always carry a pair of headphones around me because I listen to a lot of podcasts and stuff like that when I'm out and about, I'm on the train. If you're feeling really stressed, you can go into the app, get an SOS one, and it's something like a 90-second to a 3-minute guided meditation that you can do on a train, or you can just take yourself off to the bathroom in wherever you are and just sit there, breathe for a minute and just go through this thing that's just going to kind of reset you and reframe you. Do it before you go in for an audition. Check out John Kabat-Zinn too, YouTube. I will do, Patricia. Great stuff. Post that on the Facebook group if you don't mind. Anything that people have got to add to this, because this is new for me. I'm bringing this to you whilst it's still new to me. I'm certainly not an expert in this, but I'm fascinated by what it can do for us. And as I say, I used to think it was all woo-woo, well out there and all a bit woo. It's not. It really isn't. This kind of almost makes meditation cool, the way that Headspace do it. So anything that you've got to input as well that I can learn from, please post it in the Facebook group. If you're not part of the Facebook group, go to facebook.com/groups/Bulletproof Actor and post the information there. That would be amazing. But check it out, guys. I just want to introduce you to it. Like I say, it's brand new to me, and it's impacted my life a lot over the summer, and I want to get back into it now. We'll do. Got loads of info, so we'll post tomorrow. Brilliant, nice one, Patricia. Fantastic. But yeah, check it out. So it's headspace.com. Download the app and take the Take 10 challenge. Give me some yeses if you're going to do it. It's free, so you have no excuse not to do it. But if you're going to do it, and remember what I said the other day, don't say what you're not going to do. So if you're not going to do it, don't say yes. I only want to see yeses from people who are actually have full intention of doing it, and at the end of the 10 days are going to be able to work with me on it. Vishal, yes. Nina says yes. Amazing. So yeah, do it. Laura says yes. Laura, this would be brilliant as well for all your students as well. You know, depending on how old they are, they might think it's a bit weird or not, but honestly, it's completely free. Everybody's got an iPhone or an Android these days. I'm sure you'll be able to get it. We'll be your accountability buddies, so make sure you do it, Ross. Yeah, no, honestly, I need it as well. Definitely. Like I say, I'm certainly just one of you guys on this completely. Definitely, Laura, awesome. But yeah, check it out. Chris, check it out before you do a shoot or something. You might enjoy it. Tell everyone about it. Honestly, guys, it's really, really good. And like I say, if you want to read about any of the sort of studies and stuff that I've kind of mentioned briefly in this, there's going to be a references page on the PDF upload where you can actually click on the links and go and read actually about the real science behind this, because I don't want people to think, oh, it's all made up. It's not. There's been loads of studies done about this, and actually how that thing about the amygdala and how it literally changes the shape of your brain and how that all works. There's a lot of science behind that. So I hope that's been useful, guys. That's been Mind Hacks and Motivation this Wednesday. I'm going to be back on Friday for Bulletproof Book Club. The book, I said the other night, I reckon we need to have a look at this one, because we've got 2 weeks until Lewis Howe's book, The School of Greatness, comes out, and that's going to be our book club for the 4 Fridays of November. This is a pre-release copy of the book. It's wicked. I've just ordered the actual proper release copy of the book today from Amazon. It's about 15 quid. But Lewis is honestly, he's a top bloke, really good mate, he's a top guy, and his book is awesome. So that's going to be November's. For the last 2 weeks of October, Mindset by Carol Dweck is an awesome, wicked book. Dr. Carol S. Dweck. It says how you can fulfill your potential, and it's all about 2 different types of mindset: a growth mindset and a scarcity mindset. And you will be one or the other. It doesn't mean you're always going to be one or the other. We want to change you, if you're a scarcity mindset, into having a growth mindset. A growth mindset is really for people who look at failure as feedback and nothing more. So they go, okay, well, that hasn't worked for me, but I almost enjoy that it hasn't worked because I've got all this feedback now to work on, improve on, and be better. And it's kind of training yourself to look at things that way. Like we've always said on a lot of scopes, looking at what you're getting out of situations that aren't necessarily the best, and actually improving on them so that you're going to be better next time. You can get it from Amazon. It's $10.99 on the back of the book, but you never pay full price for the books on Amazon. I think it was about £8 when I got it. We're only going to spend 2 weeks on this one, the next 2 Fridays. So I'm going to introduce to it this Friday. Then the following Friday, I'm going to do another scope on it as well. And then the 4 Fridays of November, we're going to be looking at Lewis's book. And then in December, we're going to be looking at an awesome book by a guy called John C. Maxwell, all about living kind of with intent, really, and actually going out and actually making our mark on the world, living with significance and purpose. It's an awesome book, but that doesn't come out until mid-November, so you can't get that one yet. So we're going to be doing, I want to do brand new books if I can, you see, ones that are just coming out, so that people won't have read them before. We're all going to be reading them new. So check that out. You don't have to buy this. I'll take you through parts of it, and you'll learn stuff on the scopes anyway. If you have got it, obviously you can read the rest of it, because I can't cover an entire book in 2 scopes. But check that out, Mindset by Carol S. Dweck. Do you know if it's available on Audible? It definitely is, because I've got the audio book. Vishal, definitely. I think it might even, I don't know if it's Carol who reads it, or whether it's just somebody else who reads it, but it's definitely available. I think I got it on iTunes, but I'm sure it'll be available on Audible as well, wherever you get your audio books from. But it is 100% available as an audio book as well. So that has been useful, guys. Heart it up if you're going to meditate and you think it's going to help you in your life. I can't wait to hear what people think of Headspace. Tweet me. It's at Ross A. Grant. If you haven't yet got an invite to my mindset course that I'm hopefully going to get out by the end of this month, that's something that I'm feeling fresh to do, then go to bulletproofactor.com. It's going to change people's lives. And also, if you want to watch any of the Periscope replays that we've been doing for the last 30 nights, this is scope 31, go to actonthis.tv, click on Periscope in the top menu, and you can watch a replay, download the PDFs of every single scope that we've had. If there's been PDF documents in there, you can download that for free, and catch up. And any suggestions for any future scopes, tweet me, get on the Facebook group, message me, email me. Once again, thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate you all so much, every single one of you, for spending time with me every single night. I really do appreciate you giving up your evenings to hang out. And I will catch you tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Thank you, Nina. Thanks, Laura. Thanks, everybody, for showing up tonight. And go and meditate. It's only 10 minutes. You might even be able to get the app now. Do it before bed. Do it in bed. I don't know. Just try not to fall asleep like I did that time. Until tomorrow, guys. Let's see if I can switch this off. Oh, it's getting totally pro at this. Thanks so much for showing up again, guys. Appreciate you all, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.